Hello everyone, welcome back to another Tomato Sauce stream. Today, we got quite a lot to talk about. We have a new Master Duel exclusive card. I assume it's temporarily exclusive, but it's cool that it's there and nowhere else at the moment. We have some new OCG reveals to talk about. We're going to be doing our brand new tier list for the latest product that has released into Rush Duel Links. We also have a Nintendo Direct that we're going to be watching, because they always just seem to be in the middle of our streams, and it's like, there's a lot of crossover between like people that watch Nintendo Directs and people that play Rush. So yeah, we're going to be doing that. As well as I did want to talk about the Deck Master Cup, and the fact that they're swapping to a best of one format. Now, I understand why they want to swap to a best of one format. I, however, do not think best of one is ever the best way to have a card game. This is something that's always been a bit weird. So in Japan, there are a lot of best of one tournaments for Rush. They also have best of one for the primary format for a lot of their Card Fight Vanguard tournaments. And I've always just thought it was really weird. I don't really see why anyone would want to do best of one outside of it's quicker, right? So it's like prioritize keeping the event small, making sure the shop or the venue closes on time, rather than competitive integrity, rather than making sure everyone's having a good time. So it's a weird decision. But again, I get it, because every decision the Deckmaster Cup has made is to try and create as few headaches as possible. And they're like, all right, we don't want to moderate this. We don't really want to deal with any of these problems. So what we're going to do is we're just going to try and we're going to keep tweaking the rules until we just don't have to talk to the players at all, effectively. It's really weird. But before we jump into all of that, let's see who we have in the chat. We have VN Penguin. We are so back, boys. Welcome on in, Penguin. We have Monosync in the chat. Hello, Monosync. We're doing exclamation mark mono in the chat. Always got to give shout outs to the boys. We have Isla in the chat. Hi, lurking again. Hello, Isla. Welcome. We have Corey in the chat. Yapping stream. Let's go. We have Ursus. Hello. The newest OCG announcement, I would guess most of the remaining 12 cards of the pack will be Void Alpha, even though I hope for 2+ more fish cards. I haven't had like an in-depth look at the potential cards we could be getting from Void Alpha, but we're going to have a look at some of them today. I am intrigued, because it's an archetype that's existed for a long time but hasn't been printed. So it'll be interesting to see what we actually do get. We have Baj in the chat. Hello. We have Voltalon. Vanguard specifically can take very long. But best of 3, please. Yeah, it's a weird one. Vanguard is a really strange game. Because Vanguard it's not insanely complicated, right? I think a lot of people think it's a lot simpler than it is. There are some quite in-depth turns you can get. Sometimes there is a lot of back and forth. At the same time, Vanguard can just kind of end on like turn 5, right? The games can just be over, and there aren't like massive combo turns, or at the very least the combos aren't as intricate as to you have to sit there and really think about every tiny little move, except in things like crap, what's their legacy format called? Because Vanguard has 3 different formats. One of them is basically dead, so we don't really count that. Then there's standard, and then there's like their legacy format. I can't remember what the legacy format's called. But that one is a bit more in-depth because you have, you know, all the old Stride cards. You've got mixing all the new stuff with all the old stuff, so it gets a bit weird. Horse Girl Breeder. I always knew Mono was a Horde Girl Breeder. Hello, Toti. Welcome. Yeah, we realised that we spelt that wrong, and then we just decided to leave it. Like we have been well aware of the mistype for a long time. We're just like, that's fine, we'll just leave it as is. Let's turn the camera up ever so slightly. There we go. But hello Toti, and we have MF Hum Premium. Welcome on in. But yeah, best of one. I mean, I guess we'll get it on screen. We'll show everyone what we're talking about. Well, we would if Chrome was being picked up. Let's force that. Okay, there we go. So, Duel Links. It's time for more duels. We adapted the rules. Swiss will now be in best of 1 20-minute rounds, and Top Cut will be best of 3 45-minute rounds. Now, the primary drama, I think, that probably brought this on was there were a couple of games where it went to time, and then there was, like, arguments back and forth over, oh, but I did kill him in the turn, oh, but you needed to, like, do damage by the end of the phase, and there was all of this, like, random crap, and then it was like, he said, she said, and apparently no one was recording the games, so nobody actually knows what happened, and they had to, like, vote one way or the other. Either way, there was specific problems. And I think this is probably their way to try and fix that. Also, getting the rounds down to 20 minutes is probably fine. The Zeta Murata scenario. Yeah, it was basically, as far as I know, again, I don't want to dogpile people, but the two instances I heard of this happening were both Zeta. So I'm like, yeah, maybe there's some problem players going around. It's a weird one. But the other very strange occurrence is, I haven't double checked this, but people have been saying this, that this is also on the KC Cup weekend. Now, for a lot of the Rush players, that doesn't matter, right? It's whatever. For the Speed players, that's going to be quite important. And for the players that play both formats, that's going to be quite important. Especially considering there is a Speed event on this weekend as well. So it's like, why? What that apple, man? Hello, a human Portuguese dub fan. What apple are we talking about? I have no idea. That went completely over my head, whatever you were trying to say there. But yeah, I think this is bad. I don't like it. But I understand why it's happening. But it's the same reason I don't like the Challenger Cups and the Deckmaster Cups in general. Because there's a lot of things I disagree with. And again, you understand why they're making these decisions. Doesn't mean you have to like them, doesn't mean you have to agree with them, right? It's so free Steam Deck for Speed because all the tryhards will be gone. I mean, unironically, kinda. Like, all you need is one of the best tryhards to be like, I'm going for the Steam Deck instead of the world spot. And then bam, right? They could just pick it up. What we're looking at, Red Man with glasses. Red Man with glasses. I have no idea what we're going... Unless you're just calling us Red Man because it's tomato. I don't know, man. I don't know where we're going with that. But yeah, this is the entire situation is weird. The rule change is weird. The having it on a KC Cup weekend is weird. I don't know, man. It's all weird. I don't like it. But like I say, we get it. It's just not great for the players, I don't think. So next thing I want to talk about is this. So we have... Actually, I am just going to open the window. It's getting rather warm in here. One moment. There we go. We've had the heating on, so it's very, very toasty. But we have a brand new card that is now currently a Master Duel exclusive. WP Fancy Ball. So this is interesting. Obviously, it's part of like the IP line of cards. So 2+ effect monsters, Cyburst. When your opponent activates a monster effect on the field or graveyard, quick effect, you can banish this card that was special summoned this turn until the end phase. Negate that effect, and if you do, banish it. So this is a weird kind of effect. So it's a negate that's also sort of... Like, it kind of reminds me of the Psyframe card that banishes itself. But either way, it's a bit weird. During your opponent's main phase, you can quick effect immediately after this effect resolves. Link summon one monster, and if this card you control will be used as a material for that link summon, you can also use one link 2 or lower monster your opponent controls. So again, it's got that kind of IP Masquerader type effect. Neither player can activate the effects of link monsters in a response to this effect's activation. And you can only use each effect of WP Fancy Ball once per turn. So I don't know, what do you guys think about this card? Like, I don't really play TCG at the moment. But this seems okay. It's a link 3, which means you have to invest a little bit more into it. But at the same time, it's got a negate built in, but you can also use it for the IP effect. And it's a link 3 that you can link one of your opponent's link 2 or lower monsters. So getting into like a link 4 should be easier, I guess. It's okay. Yeah, I don't have much of an opinion. I think this is fine. I don't know enough about the current metagame to know Like, is this going to be a new staple like Masquerena and what was the other one called? There's another IP card that was also like a big staple for a long time. But is this just going to be like one of those cards that just goes in every extra deck now? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I only know Pendulum. I know like 4 links. Are you a big Pendulum player then, Human Portuguese dub fan? I don't really give a shit. I mean, that's fair. I thought this was interesting because this is the first time Master Duel has gotten a card before anyone else. In the same way that Duel Links got Ancient Gear Golem before it was printed as a Rush OCG card. And I guess Dimension Linker. Like, we're now starting to see this become more of a thing, I guess. It's a good bridge between LP and SP. I mean, there we go then. Doesn't this just counter the cards it's kind of aligned with? I mean, kinda? I don't know if I'd say it counters. It's a weird one. Because the other thing is that if you do this effect, your opponent can't, like, try and link your guys off while you're trying to link their guys off. Either way, they also put this out. This is the in-game, like, cinematic that plays. I figured we'd check this out. Obviously, it's just anime AF. How fancy are your balls? Not very. Execution has been ordered. An individual known as IP. I assume there's some big lore stuff going on here that goes completely over my head. Beat instead of an anime makes fucking sense. Konami, get your shit together. Unironically, this feels like it has about the same amount of quality put into it as the Chronicles. We saw the, what are they called? Life Twins on the blimp. Neat. I mean, that it wasn't anything like too impressive, right? Realistically, not a lot happened in that, but it was fine. There was nothing wrong with that. So I was like, yeah, you know, neat, I suppose. I mean, there's not really much more to talk about with this, but I thought it was just an interesting thing that this has, like we say, come to Master Duel before anything else. So I guess that's probably it for now. So moving on. We will quickly, very briefly cover the tier list update for Speed. We're not going to, like, dwell on this. Again, we haven't played Speed in a long time at this point, but Shinobird got buffed up. So branded B-Trooper Shinobird, looking like the 3 top decks right now. We've got Eldritch and Trap Tricks currently in tier 3, which I still think it's funny that Eldritch seems to come out of nowhere, but I suppose it's because they got that new skill. So it kind of makes sense. And then High Potential, Punk, Shark, and Tachyon. I don't think this really surprised anyone, really. So what's the predictions on the Direct? Well, it's not a first-party Direct, is it? So it's going to be just whatever. So who even knows? Who even knows? Shino Rising. I've never... Like, Shino is not a deck that I particularly dislike. It's also not a deck I particularly like. I like the fact it's a ritual deck, and I've always kind of liked ritual monsters. But outside of that, I'm kind of like, it's okay. Metaphor ReFantazio? Oh, you think it's getting a Switch port? I mean, potentially. Partner Showcase, but at least 30 minutes. So I really don't know what we're going to get. I'm going to go in completely blind and just see if we get anything really fun. But yeah, Punk, Shark, Tachyon. I want to see what people are saying about Punk. So Punk has gotten almost all of their TCG support, but are lacking some crucial cards, namely Punk, Jam, Extreme Session, Art of Soul. Can access it, but only going second, on top of it being pretty mediocre overall, so people are experimenting with the builds. which I expect to do better. The main issue of the deck are subpar card quality in every Punk Engine card aside from Rising Scale, meaning the deck heavily relies on text to play through interruptions. The strategy is risky because your text cannot deal with what the opponent have. For example, only having cards like Book of Eclipse and Forbidden Droplet against backrow-based disruption will likely mean you cannot push through. The arrival of Nash brings... Okay, we don't want to read too much about Nash, if I'm being completely honest. Dwan said this. Tachyon can consistently end... Oh, we are about to have an ad break. All right, we'll rush through this. Tachyon can consistently end on Galaxy-sized Tachyon Dragon, Hope Harbinger, Transmigration, and Spiral Galaxy. Hope Harbinger can negate spell effects, which conveniently works well against Branded Fusion, since negating its effect can stop it even through Banded Lost. And the opponent cannot activate another copy that turn. Another powerful card is Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Primal, which is an extender that searches a card and summon, but more importantly can be summoned to the opponent's field, turning off the going second effect of their skill if they have one. It's always really weird to me when you have like these weird, like, very meta like effects where it's like, my opponent's skill has to say this, so I can do this thing to stop it. In the same way we were using like Eye of Truth. I always find those like a bit weird. That said, the deck has some weaknesses. Even though its turn 1 board can be difficult for certain decks to play into, the number of interruptions it sets up with the engine is relatively low. It also lacks ways to remove opponents' cards during their turn. If you can establish enough monsters, you can make Underworld Goddess using your opponent's Tachyon Dragon, which can potentially turn off traps if they were holding onto them in hand. The deck can also struggle going second if the opponent has a way to stop the 7th one. Overall, the deck looks promising, but there are several other decks that can contest it, and I'm unsure how good it will actually end up being in this meta. And there is an ad break, so it's hydration time. And welcome back from the ads, everyone that got ads. So, looks like the new decks are okay, is kind of what I'm learning there. I continue to cope on Xeno Saga. I mean, there's always a chance that something Xeno could be there. It'd be what, Monolith makes Xeno, right? So maybe Monolith just makes something there. Holy Base, that's how I know it ain't happening. I just hope for news for Adventure of Elliot and a release date. The free demo was amazing. Other than that, is Adventures of Elliot made by Square? Because the gameplay is very, like, Secrets of Mana. And the art style is very, like... Christ, what's that game that came out? Octopath Traveler? The Pokemon Direct for this month could be really big, looking at leaks, probably Gen 10, and new starter announcement, new Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, and a bunch of other stuff. The thing is, I've gotten excited for every time they announce a new gen for Pokemon. Like, when they announced the latest 2 gens, I was like, these look really cool. And both of them were disappointing in different ways. So, like, it's a weird one for me. Well, I'm very easily swept up in the hype, and the trailers will always make the games look good, no matter how they actually end up being. Personally, I actually preferred Scarlet and Violet over Sword and Shield. Like, I just think overall it was a better experience. But at the same time, it had its issues for like a lot of different reasons to the issues that Sword and Shield had, right? So it's a weird one. Yeah, Pokemon Day will be exciting. I went for the box since I already have most Shark and Tachyon stuff. How many box runs do I need to be playable? You can also choose to set Spiral Galaxy if you think you're threatened by someone. You can keep 1 or 2 of the monsters on the field with Spiral. Yes, it is. It reminded me of an old school Zelda gameplay-wise, though, but yeah. So for me, the gameplay looked almost identical to Secrets of Mana. Xenosaga is owned by Bandai Namco and was made by Monolith. Okay. This Master Duel anniversary gave us IP Masquerena feat. This instantly clears the event of Duel Links anniversary. Well, that is true. It did do that. We're happy we have Fancy Ball, I suppose. But hello, Serena. Welcome, welcome. So we'll check out Bismuth's meta-analysis. So, Branded, B Trooper, and then everything else. I mean, what are the weird things here? Drytron, Orcust. What is this? This is just a kaiju. So, like, what deck is this? It's just Kaiju. It's just Kaiju. What skill is Kaiju playing? Fancy Ball seems really good. Finally, some actually good Link payoff once. I mean, I think we've had good Link payoff for ages, right? It just depends on the format. Like, we had, like, access code for a long time. Obviously, the Nightmares have been really good pretty much since they came out, even though, obviously, they're kind of power crept at this point. It's Stardust? Oh, it's the generic Stardust skill that makes everything good. Okay, that makes sense. Guys, what happened here? Which one of you guys let Cyclone win a tournament? Come on, guys. What are we doing? What are we doing? Disgusting. Disgusting, guys. Come on. We got Help Me. They're the only people here. But, either way, neat. Obviously, what we're more here for is the rush stuff, if we're being completely honest. Aqua, yeah, Aqua's doing well. High Tech is also surprisingly doing quite well. People just keep playing this deck. It's weird. People just keep... Like, it was like, it got second place in one event, and then everyone went, alright, I'm gonna copy that. Like, this deck wasn't really seeing much play at all, and whenever it was losing. And then we started just getting the numbers behind it, and it started just creeping into, like, second place finishes. Which is kind of wild. Music Princess, still incredible. Heroes kind of dropped off. We're barely seeing any hero players lately. We got one in Dynasty. Wait, is this week? When was this taken? Was there... Am I an idiot? Did I not realize that a Dynasty even happened? Maybe. I need to check. I need to check everything. This is until February 2nd, so that was last week. Oh, was this before the box came out? Ah, okay, so this was before the box came out. That's why I don't recognize it, because it was ages ago. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We now understand. We now understand. If anything, the only, like, real standout here as being really weird is probably Seven's Road getting a top 4 finish. Like, I think everyone kind of wrote this deck off, but there it is. There it is. So we've already talked about that. So the next thing I'm going to talk about, I suppose, is going to be the OCG reveals. So we have the reference art for Luna Moonforce Dralia. I mean, what do you guys think about the art on this? I think this looks pretty good. Like, it's not, like, the best looking thing ever, but I think this is a pretty cool boss monster. So, like, it's one of those cutesy cards. Right? We don't get a lot of cutesy cards in Rush. Looks decent for a pet. Well, I mean, the little one, that's kind of more pet. This is more like boss monster, right? The issue is, like, how good is that actually going to be? I haven't actually tested these at all, so I have no idea how good they are. Then we get the new reveal, Lovely Rabbit. I know that Draco was really happy about this, but I'm like, eh? I don't know if we really give a shit about this card. So 0 attack, 1400 defense. If there are 10 or more cards in your deck, reveal a fairy with 0 attack from your hand to the opponent. Draw 1 card. Then choose 1 card from your hand, send it to the graveyard. If there is a face-up dark fairy monster on your field with an original attack of 0, you can choose 1 face-up monster on your opponent's field, have it lose 1000 attack. So this is fine. It's a craft the drone for... It's not really a craft the drone. It's more like the psychic one. What was that card called? Future Diviner. But you have to reveal a fairy with 0 attack. So you can't just use this with like any of the fairy cards, right? Then you get to draw a card, choose a card, send it to the graveyard. Okay, that's fine. If there is a face-up dark fairy monster with original attack of 0, so that's primarily meant to be the new one, then you could choose 1 face-up monster your opponent's field and have it lose 1000 attack. Now, 1000 attack is like, it's not nothing, but it's also nothing crazy. It's just kind of fine. Both Moonforce and Monuments feel really meh. Interesting gimmicks, cool designs, but they feel like they miss a few cards to actually work as intended. What that means is they're ready for their Duel Links skills. So in 6 years, when they come to Duel Links, bam, they're going to go so hard. Fish is only like 4 cards, but it still works way better and is really fun to play. I mean, that's fair. The thing is, the thing to remember is, the fish deck is meant to be brain dead, right? The fish deck is very simple. There's not really a lot of thought behind it. You read the cards, you go, I understand exactly what this is meant to do. I understand exactly how this is going to be used. There's no, like, interesting way to really make use of it. It's just kind of put them in the deck, put them on the field, do the thing. And a lot of the time, that is more fun, straight up. And it's going to be a lot more intuitive, and it's going to be, a lot of the time, a lot stronger. I mean, just look at Ancient Gears when that deck came out. That deck was actually really, really strong. That deck, though, is absolutely brain dead. So it's just like 29 extra deckers hype. I mean, yeah. A deadass both those decks would be toxic as hell and Duel Links Lamau. Monuments is strong, though. But the ritual commitment isn't worth. I think that's the thing, right? Does Monuments work without the ritual? Because, again, I haven't tested it. I haven't played a single game with Monuments yet. So all I have is I've read the cards, and I go, getting that ritual out seems like so much effort for maybe some good return, but it feels like the ritual monster brings the whole deck together, right? Because it's what gives the 2000 boost, it's what gives the piercing, so you really want to have everything in place, get the whole board out, and then it seems really good. But the issue is, I don't know if it works without the ritual, so you kind of have to go into it. It's a weird one. Hi, Tomato. Hello, Darth Victor. Yeah, the ritual monuments is so strong, but it's impossible to get out. And yes, they are decent with that ritual. Oh, okay. If they're good without the ritual, the deck is stronger without ritual, in my opinion. The control game plan is all right, very good without it. Okay. Like I said, I haven't played it, so I haven't looked into it. I'm curious what the list looks like without the ritual, though. I'll have to look and see what other people are building with it. Because obviously, I'll be playing that deck in the future. I'll be playing it for character draft, and I'll probably be playing it in general, because I like Beast Warrior decks. So we'll see how that goes. Hey, Hidden Bankai, welcome, welcome. Can't stay for long, got stuff to do. I finished most moving stuff today. Nice, nice. So then we have Mad, Rare, and Mellow, which is pretty cool. I like the art. I think the art looks good. One of them's kind of crazy, one of them's a bit more somber. It's a reptile monster. So during the turn this card is normal summoned. That's already a little bit kind of because obviously you'd rather it was normal or special summon, because then you could play it with things like Balloon. Shuffle 3 monsters from your graveyard into the deck. Okay, I mean, that's not bad. A lot of the time you want to have a good recycler, but I don't know if this is going to be, like, a mainstay. Choose a level 3 to 8 attack position effect monster your opponent controls and destroy it. So that is quite a good effect. I'm trying to think how many decks this just straight up won't work on. Like, if your opponent just summons out a board of, like, big fusion monsters, obviously it's not going to work. Your opponent slaps down a maximum, it's not going to work. Most of the time, though, I feel like most end boards are going to end on a 3 to 8 monster that's an effect monster. So I feel like this will be useful, but maybe people end up having this as, like, a side deck option. I don't know whether the sample will end up being ritual or non-ritual. Need to check with the Ragnarok team. I mean, that'd be cool, yeah. I mean, I really like the sample list that Ragnarok do. They're what I hand out to people. If anyone's ever like, can you give me a list for this deck? I like handing them a Ragnarok sample list because it has, like, the write-up, which is really, really helpful for new players that haven't played the deck before. Moonforce problem is they have a single ritual spell, but all 3 of their monsters that they want to summon a lot, and also want to control their grave for card effects, but then they don't have a single card to recover the ritual spell or control the grave. They have cards to control the grave. They have ways to shuffle cards back in. I think they had a way to fuse from graveyard. They can also now put cards into the opponent's graveyard. So I would have a little bit of pushback for controlling the grave numbers. But I will agree, without a way to recycle the field spell, it feels a bit meh. I don't know. I'm so used to in Rush. Like, the way you want to play is to dump a load of stuff into the graveyard and then basically toolbox your graveyard. And if you don't have a way to toolbox your graveyard, I'm kind of like, eh? This just seems like Monarch support, like the last Mad Rare. Well, the last Mad Rare was good in most decks, because most decks were playing 6s. Like, when Mad Rare came out, XQE was absolutely everywhere. So, like, it was just really good. You'd play 3 of it in every side deck. Not being able to attack with level 6 or lower monsters kind of sucks, but it's fine. The Mad Rare is borderline broken, to be honest. So, again, my first impression upon reading this was, you'll almost always get the effect off. There will be situations where you don't. But in those situations, you just treat it as a body, right? But like Ursa said, this last line of text can be tricky, but it depends what deck you're playing, right? A lot of the time, you'll get this out, use its effect, and then get rid of it, right? You'll either ritual it off, or you'll tribute it away, or something. And most of the time, it's not too difficult to end on a board of higher than level 6 monsters. Again, depends what deck you're playing. If you're playing, for example, I don't know, Spark Hearts, you're probably going to end up with a 6 on the board, but you have 2 non-6s usually. If you're playing something Animagica, again, it's quite easy to end with a whole bunch of high levels. Monarchs generally can end with a whole bunch of high levels. Like, I mean, there's going to be a few others. A lot of the other ritual decks generally can end on a bunch of high levels. You think they're going to make a whole theme out of those cards with Mad Rare Quillet already out, some stats, same stats, level and attribute, both level 6. I mean, there's always a chance. I'm not going to say for sure I think they're going to do it. Because what they could do is just, like, very slowly release these cards one at a time, and then eventually give them, like, some actual support later on. Like, anything's possible. But yeah, I mean, this is an interesting card for sure. I'm curious to see how well it's going to actually perform, like, in a tournament setting, though. And then, Void Alpha. So, we're finally getting Dinoir's cards, which is interesting. Now, we don't know what we're getting yet. We've just seen that this spell card is used in this key art, right? So, we should find out in 2 days what we're getting here in the video, which will be exciting. But we'll take a look at some of their cards real quick. Let's take a look. So, this is Andromeda. So this is a level 5. Send the top card of your deck to the graveyard. This turn, this face-up card will be treated as 2 tributes to the tribute summon of the Galaxy-type monster in attack position. Then if you sent a non-Earth attribute Galaxy monster to the graveyard to meet this requirement, you can add that monster to your hand. This seems kind of bad, because you have to tribute a monster just to get this out in the first place. And then you get a discount on the boss, but it's not a good discount, and you don't even get to treat it as a special summon to avoid, like, normal summon traps or anything like that, like you would with something like Star Replacer, or, like, Star Trancer, I think it was, that does that. And then, if we do just happen to mill a non-Earth attribute Galaxy, which shouldn't be too difficult in this deck, to be fair, we do get to plus off of that. So, like, I don't know. Again, there's no guarantee we're getting this card, or it's going to be exactly as written, because sometimes they change the cards from anime effect to TCG effect. But this card doesn't scream crazy good to me. Then we got Butterflame. So send cards to the top of your deck to the graveyard equal to the number of face-up non-fire attribute monsters in your field. That's going to be a maximum of 2. Unless you can change this guy's attribute, which I assume you're not going to be able to do. Make 1 face-up level 8 or lower monster on your opponent's field lose 300 attack to the end of this turn. Again, kind of mid. You might play this because it's a different attribute Galaxy monster, but... like, maximum mill 2 with no real benefit? I don't know. I don't know about that. Looking at the spots left, we should get up to 5 effect monsters, 2 fusions, and 3 spell traps. I mean, yeah, but we don't know what we're going to get, so we're just going to look through all of them, right? Void Alpha Heaven Star. So this is their boss, like the main deck boss. Send 1 non-fire attribute monster from your hand to the graveyard. Shuffle 1 spell card from your graveyard into the deck. Draw 1 card. So this is a weird one. So we get to recycle a spell. And we get to shuffle it. So there's a chance we could draw into it. So putting back a legend spell could be quite good. We do get a draw. But we also have to discard a specifically non-fire attribute monster. So we don't plus off this. Its attack stat is kind of mid. But we do get, like, a slow recycle. I'm not thinking much of this, personally. Then we have Mantistar. This is the wind monster. If we have 3 face-up, level 4 or lower Galaxy-type monsters with different attributes on your field, add a level 3 or lower Galaxy-type monster from your graveyard to your hand. I think this is just a good card. Like, out of everything, this is actually just a almost non-conditional +1, which I do quite like. Those cards will really need new exclusive support to make them better if they want to do anything. Yeah, I'm wondering if they're going to tweak some of these effects or not. So we've got Meteor Beetle. This is just a vanilla. I mean, the art looks cool. Nothing bad to say about the art. Then we get into the fusions. I don't know if we're going to get fusions in the first wave. Just because I don't know if we're going to have enough of the main deck cards to actually make these consistently. So it's going to be a bit of a weird one. But this is Star Mayfly. So place 3 Galaxy-type monsters from your graveyard at the bottom of your deck in any order, including a water monster. Return up to 3 face-up, level 8 or lower monsters and or face-down monsters from the opponent's field to the owner's hand. So this could be really good, right? This effect can, in specific situations, be a board wipe. But it's very specific. To make it, we need to get out Heaven Star, which is our kind of mid-level 7. We need a water monster. We need to have 3 Galaxy in the graveyard, which I suppose we should have 2 when we fuse into this. So we need 1 in the graveyard. And then we need our opponent to have only face-down monsters or level 8 or lowers. That's like the best way. A way to beat set 3, neat. Yeah, I mean, it's okay. I think the strength of this deck is probably going to be how many different fusions we have access to and how much we can toolbox. Then there is Void Alpha Star Stripe. So, this is the wind one. During the turn, you fusion summon this card, shuffle 1 wind attribute monster used as a fusion material for it from your graveyard into the deck. Okay, that's very specific. This card gains attack equal to the level of the monster shuffled into the deck to meet the requirement times 500. This starts out as a 3k. I mean, our best target we've seen so far is going to be this one, which is a level 4. So that means it would gain 2,000 attack, go up to 5,000. I mean, sometimes just a big ball of attack can be okay. Fine, I guess. Then we have Voya Strider. So Galaxy Water Monster. Shuffle 4 Galaxy-type monsters with different attributes. So that can be a bit awkward. From your graveyard into the deck to draw 1 card, but it is just a +1. We like our +1s. Then we have War Turtle. Level 7. 2,500 attack. So actually respectable stats for once. Continuous effect. If you have 1 or more Earth attribute, 1 or more Water attribute, 1 or more Fire attribute, and 1 or more Wind attribute in your graveyard. So you have to have all 4. All face-up Galaxy monsters on your field gain 500 attack. So if you get this effect off, which I imagine the deck should be trying to do, because you want to have all the different attributes in your graveyard anyway, you get a 3k guy and you boost your fusions up to 35. Yeah, I mean, it's okay. The only downside really is that it's a level 7 and there's no like way to discount it that we've seen so far, which is a little bit underwhelming, but... And then we have the Dark Fusion monster, Void Velg Pandora. So this is actually a Void Velg monster, because this is made using Heaven Star and Pale Rider. But we can send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard. This card gains 1,000 attack to the end of this turn, so it goes up to 4,000. Losing a card from your hand, not the best. Then you can make 1 face-up monster on the field become any attribute until the end of your opponent's next turn. If you do, you can add a Tractor Wave from your graveyard to your hand. And this trap card's pretty good. So when your opponent normal summons a monster, wave a face-up monster with the same attribute as that monster on your field, take control of the normal summoned monster. So, I mean, if we did get this and this, I don't think we would get this immediately either way. I don't see them having this as one of the first cards in the box. I mean, maybe it will, because we are getting, like, other Dark Galaxy support in the box. It's like, maybe. There's a non-0% chance, right? But Tractor Wave seems really good. Especially since a lot of decks in the game right now are very, like, we're kind of playing the majority of the same attribute. So, it can be quite easy to, like, get the attribute right. We get Void Velg in the box, yeah. But it seems weird that they would put this... I guess they can do whatever they want, really. It depends if they want Void Alpha to be its own deck, right? We got 1 free trap slot. I mean, the other thing is they'd have to reword this, right? It would have to be like, you can't take maximums, blah, blah, blah. That's usually the line that's on these sort of cards. But I mean, there's a chance, right? So, what I'm going to do now is we're going to take a look at some of these other cards. Alright, let's take a look at the spell trap. So, Insect Tauros. When your opponent normal or special summons a level 7 or higher monster face up, so normal or special, send the top 2 cards of your deck to the graveyard. Okay. All face-up monsters on your field gain attack equal to the number of Galaxy-type monsters with different attributes in your graveyard times 100 to the end of this turn. Then you can set one Micronova from your graveyard to your spell and trap card zone. Okay. So my immediate thought is not great, but it depends, I guess, what Micronova does. So send one card from your hand to the graveyard. Make one face-up Galaxy-type monster on your field gain 800 attack to the end of this turn. Then you can inflict damage to your opponent equal to the number of different attributes in your graveyard times 100. So it burns to 600 and gains 800 attack, but you have to lose a card from your hand? Both of these cards just seem really bad, guys. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not feeling them. Let me have Prominence Web. So when the battle position of a monster or monsters on your opponent's field is changed during the main phase, destroy one of those monsters. Then if you have a face-up fire attribute Galaxy-type monster on your field, you can destroy one monster on your opponent's field. That has potential. Because we just get to pop 2 monsters. All we have to do is have a way to force a battle position change. That could be pretty good. Right, Radiant Burn. When a face-up Galaxy-type monster on your field is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the number of Galaxy-type monsters with different attributes in your graveyard times 100. Okay, so we keep burning for tiny amounts. Then special summon one of those destroyed monsters face up to your field. Then you can set Micronova again. Not feeling it. Rippling Shockwave. When your opponent normal or special summons a level 8 or lower monster face up, we can change that monster and one face-up Galaxy-type monster on your field to face-down defense position. Then, if you have a face-up water attribute Galaxy-type monster on your field, you can shuffle 2 monsters from your opponent's graveyard into the deck. This is okay. I don't like that it has to be used on level 8 or lower. But the rest of it is okay. Like, I don't hate this card. Void Alpha Galaxy Seasons. This is the field spell. While this card is face up on the field. Oh, our music has just died. Alright. Do that, and then that. And then hopefully that'll get us someone new. Nope, it's got us to the same song again. Let's try again. There we go. All face-up Earth, Water, Fire, and Wind attribute Galaxy-type monsters on the field gain attack equal to the number of different attributes in each player's graveyard times 100. I mean, 600 boost is nice. I don't know if it's worth it, but it's nice. So, Heavy Hive. Equipped to one face-up Galaxy-type monster on your field. The equipped monster gains attack equal to the number of Galaxy-type monsters with different attributes in your graveyard times 200. If the equipped monster inflicts battle damage to your opponent, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the original attack of the battle monster. Okay, so this is most of the time going to be like an 800 boost. If the equipped monster inflicts battle damage to your opponent, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the original attack of their battled monster. So if we battle our opponent's monster, we get to, and we aren't attacking it while it's in defense position, so it has to be in attack position, we get like a Flame Wingman effect. It's very specific. I was about to say, wasn't that the exact same song that lasted for who knows how long? Well, it's only a 3-minute song. Worm Rehole. This is the last spell trap. Reveal an Earth, Water, Fire, or Wind attribute Galaxy-type monster in your hand. Place it at the bottom of the deck. So immediately minusing 1. Special summon a level 7 or higher monster with the same attribute as the monster placed to meet the requirement from your graveyard face up to your field. This is okay. This is okay. This isn't like the best card in the world. But this like gets you access to fusion material. The issue is, if we're going to be making our fusion monsters, and the only way to get them out is to hard tribute out our level 7, Ooh, it's still kind of yikes. Like, for the most part, if you want to be a good fusion deck, you got a plus out the arse. You've got a fuse from the graveyard. Or you've at least got a fuse from the hand. And I don't see any of that with these cards. So, overall, after reading through these cards, I don't think this is going to be a good deck. If they just print these as written. But we will see. We will see. So, we got about 15 minutes before the direct starts. Looks like the deck has a ton of attributes engraved, based micro burn and micro attack. Yeah, it's not very good. Are you okay, Manicus? But overall, meh. Yeah, overall, meh. So now the question becomes, what should we do while we wait? I don't know if it's worth starting the tier list. I think we might as well save the tier list till after. So what we could do is take a look at the first duel puzzle. I don't think we'll be able to finish it in 15 minutes, though. Legally, don't have to answer that. I mean, you don't. But, you know, we all care about you here. Alright, let's take a look at this duel puzzle. Let's look at the first duel puzzle until thingy starts. We weren't sure if we were going to do a duel puzzle today. And I don't know if we'll be able to actually finish it. But we will take a look. What was the first one? The first one was Track Tiger, right? Click. Download. Alright. Puzzles. We'll drag this into here, and then we'll boot this and see how it looks on the screen. That could look worse. Alright, let's take a look at these puzzles. So, what was the new one called? R-Man. This one. Tazaki R-Man, Tazaki R-Man. Starting life points 8,000. Opponents are on 67. Objective, win this turn. My drill will pierce the heavens. So let's take a look. Let's take a look. Jesus, there is so much going on right now. And why is it not appearing on there? Oh, because there's two. Why are there two? That's just annoying. Alright. We do puzzles. R-Man. Load puzzle. Okay, here we go. We got it now. We can see it all. We're all fine. Alright, what are we doing with this? What on earth are we doing with this? So we've got Demolition, Charge, Dragon, Dangerous Blastomat. We've got Galactica Oblivion. We've got another Dangerous Blastomat. I haven't even seen the puzzle. I could try and make another one. Holy hand. Yeah, we have a million cards in hand, so I'm not entirely sure what the overall strategy is going to be here. Because the issue is we now need to like just read through all of this stuff. Alright, in the extra, we have Cosmostar, the White Hole Polari. This lets us special summon a Galaxy-type fusion monster from the graveyard. Do we have any of those? We have Cosmortar. We have the middle maximum piece. We also have a million, for some reason, Pierce in the graveyard. Christ, this is going to be... Right, I'm going to immediately go into seated position for this, I think. I need to have a sit. Well, we're going to try and go into seated position if the desk will let me. There we go. We have Jointech Raptor, who can mill 2. The top 2 is an Outerverse and an Outerverse. I'm going to have to do so much reading for this. I was hoping this would be like a simple puzzle, but it looks like it's not going to be. Sim 1, face up monster with 1600 or more attack from your field to the graveyard. Special summon an effect monster from your hand, face up to your field. If you sent an effect monster whose original level is 7 or higher to the graveyard to meet the requirement, the monster special summon this turn can make up to 2 attacks on monsters. Okay, so attacking twice is always good. Short tomato. The desk is coming down. It's just taking its time. If you have an Outerverse in your graveyard, send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard, then you can add to your hand 1 Outerverse and or Detonation. So this becomes Outerverse while in the graveyard. There's no reason to do anything else. So I think we just always do this, right? Turn them to Warrior and summon a Star. I mean, we don't have a Star, you big silly goose. If you have 5 or more Galaxy Monsters in your graveyard, place 1 card from your hand at the bottom of the deck. Fusion summon Galaxy Monster by shuffling up to 3 Galaxy Monsters from your hand, from your field and or graveyard. Okay, so do we have what we need to make that happen? We have Astro Reaver, and then we have 2 more in the deck. We have 1 in the deck. What do we need to make you? We need 3 with 900 attack. Do we have another one with 900 attack anywhere? I mean, you're not 900 attack. Can we even make it? None of these have 900 attack. Is it impossible to get this out? Up to 3 Galaxy Monsters from your field and or graveyard. And this has to be exactly 3 Galaxy type monsters with 900 attack. Just double checking we're not missing anything. So in the graveyard, we have 1 Galaxy Monster with 900 attack. In the deck, we have 1 Galaxy Monster with 900 attack. Which means it is impossible to summon this fusion. So is this a red herring? Oh, wait. Unless we have one with 700 attacks, we can boost it with this. I don't think so. Or can we reduce a monster's attack with something? Galaxy until the end of the turn. Treats 2 tributes. Summon of Outerverse, Burst, Oblivion, attack position. Can attack Galaxy monsters. Loses 600 attack. Okay. So we need to have a 1500 attack Galaxy monster, and then we can reduce its attack with this. Oh, no. We reduce it by 6, and then increase it by 4. By 2. Because that puts this down to 7, and then that puts it back up to 9. This is... this is going to be a complicated one, I think, guys. Choose 1 face-up monster on your opponent's field, change face into this position. Then if you have a face-up level 8 or higher machine-type fusion monster in your graveyard, you can destroy the chosen monster. Alright, what does getting this out do? Special summon a Galaxy Fusion monster from your graveyard, face-up to your field. Then you can add 1 Jest the Cosmos Princess from your graveyard to your hand. Does that matter? We don't have anything that counts as Jest except for the fusion spell itself. Getting the fusion spell back is probably not doing us anything. If we summon this card inflicts piercing battle damage. Face-up monsters in your opponent's field lose 1000 attack and defense. So getting that out is going to be really good. Hello, Shui. Welcome, welcome. You've got us trying to do a duel puzzle. If you have Pierce, Powerful Pierce, or Straight Pierce in your graveyard, send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard. Add Pierce, Powerful Pierce, or Straight Pierce. We can only have 1. So it's probably going to be Great Pierce, right? Or Powerful Pierce. Then a card from your hand to the graveyard. Choose 2 monsters on your field with the same level as each other. Those monsters attack a defense position monster this turn. Inflict piercing damage. So the only 2 I can get that'll be the same level would be the 2 fusions. So I think I always do this one, right? So we'll go for this first. I don't think there's a reason to add Detonation Fusion. So I think we just add this guy. Oh wait, do I need to have a certain number of guys in the bin? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't think it should matter. We'll grab this. Oh, I can grab both. I don't know if that's going to matter either. So then we can just start pumping more guys into the graveyard, I guess. We're going to have to summon this out. Why can't I summon this now? Oh, right, because that's not counted as 2 tributes. Okay, that's fine. I guess I'll summon Raptor. I don't know what's in our opponent's graveyard. I don't think it matters. I don't know if Raptor matters. We're just going to start, like, shotgunning plays. Alright, we'll tribute 2 to summon this. Then we'll normal this. Activate its effect. Activate your effect to reduce your attack. Then I need to get this out, I think. Face at level 5 or higher, machine type monster on your field. Choose one face at monster on your opponent's field. Change its face down defense position. Is that going to be relevant? I don't know. Right, we'll summon this out. Tribute these to summon this. I don't know if that's in the way now or not, though. Okay, we'll see where this goes. We'll go Armaments of Ascension. Give this to you. We have to send a card from my hand to the graveyard to use this, so we'll use this now. Don't think we're going to need this. We can grab this back. Then I think I can just activate this. We'll do 1, 2, 3. Summon this out. Activate its effect. To bring this out. I'm pretty sure we've missed something here. We can do this. I don't think any of this matters. Oh, does that not give them attack? Oh, it just gives them piercing. Okay. Okay. In which case, yeah, we definitely made a mistake somewhere along the lines. So we have to... If I flip them down, how does that change everything? Did Badge make this puzzle? No. Most of my puzzles, I generally try to make a 5-card hand. Yeah, having so many cards makes it a lot more confusing. So I could have used this to flip one down. Although, how do I actually kill? Because it's 63. If I flip this down, for example, I get 500 damage. And there's also no real benefit to using Greater Pierce on him. Unless Greater Pierce isn't the intended solution. I don't think any of the traps matter. They're just there for fodder. Nothing else in the deck is relevant, except maybe Tinplate. Okay, Tinplate is probably quite important. We would change one of these to defense, lower its defense by 2,000, put it down to 0. Use this to change another one to defense. How would we change a third to defense? I don't know. I think getting these out is the important part of this. Either way, we're going to be starting the direct in a minute, so we'll swap it over to that in a sec. Oh, we just get to pop one with this? So we could just pop one out of the way, make another one have 0 defense. So this is 6,500. So I need to find a way to get another 1,300 damage. Oh, if I just use that on him, that would work. Although would that work? Because then it'd be in the way. I think we're close. We're close to having sussed out what we want to be doing. Either way, it is about time for Nintendo. So we're going to go ahead and check this on. I can't tell if there's any audio on the stream or not. Either way, we're going to have to finagle this. So if this is too quiet, you're going to have to let me know. If it's too loud, you're going to have to let me know. We'll go ahead and try and catch up if it is behind. And then we're going to hop in. We're going to see what's going on. Yeah, everyone got their popcorn? It's going to be an exciting stream, I'm sure. We're going to get all of the Xenoblade stuff just for Baj.
Peggy 18.
What could it mean? All of the shapes. Adventures of Elliot release date, and I'm happy. I mean, fingers crossed. Resident Evil Amiibo. I mean, there's a non-0% chance that happens. By leaks, I meant by a VA accidentally, probably. I see. Well, we'll see. If it's a Xenoblade, I would imagine they'd start with it or end with it. Guys, it's Xenoblade!
Deep in space, a research station was suddenly struck by a cosmic storm.
Switch to OLED.
15 years later, its survivors are living peacefully.
I mean, that would be cool.
But the threat of another cosmic storm is coming up fast. Maki and Omura, two young explorers, must now brave.
What do we think about space anime game, guys?
Save all that's left of their home. Teamwork is key in this two-player co-op adventure.
Oh, it's one of those like weird 2D, 3D games.
The scrapbook grabs and moves platforms so you can.
Oh, this is an It Takes Two. Just straight up. It's an It Takes Two game.
The launcher blasts water to activate mechanisms and cool down scorching surfaces. And the beam cannon fires a stream of super hot heat.
Xenosaga is a space anime game. There we go then. I hope this is everything you wanted and more, Baz.
Use the tools together, and you might discover.
Wasn't this already announced from my dreaming? I mean, I don't remember it if it was announced. So if it was announced and I saw it, it didn't leave an impression.
Strange life forms, or opt for a detour and take a little travel break. GameShare is supported, so two players can adventure together locally or online with one copy of.
Works on Switch 1, guys.
Can these two brave explorers save their home? Orbitals launches exclusively on Nintendo Switch 2 this summer.
Also, is it too loud? Is it too quiet? Is it just right?
Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase. In this presentation, we'll be focusing.
We don't need her. She's not important.
And development partners coming to Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch. What you just saw was Orbitals.
Pokemon Gen 10 is definitely going to drop Switch 1. I mean, probably.
Looking forward to this intergalactic co-op puzzle adventure. Okay, let's take a look at some upcoming Nintendo Switch games.
A bit louder. We can try and get up a little bit. The trick is try not to do it too much. My first thought was Professor Layton.
In the waters of Issei Bay, on an island where legends of mermaids have been passed down, a tale of mysteries and curses stirs. The latest Paranormacite mystery adventure is coming to Nintendo Switch. The story follows Yuza Minakuchi, a boy who works as a pearl diver. One day, while gathering on the seafloor, he encounters another version of himself. This phenomenon is just the beginning. Soon, other strange incidents begin to plague the island. A girl with no memories, strangers searching for treasure, and a housewife investigating victims of drowning. Speaking to those involved is a natural part of the investigation.
Okay, so is it like a mystery investigation game?
As each of their motives intertwine, the story connects to the
Danganronpa but on the sea? This does not have the same style as Danganronpa, I'm sorry.
Paranormacite, The Mermaid's Curse, launches on Nintendo Switch, February 19th. Pre-orders begin later.
Reminds me of
today
Zero Escape?
on
Yeah,
Nintendo
kinda.
eShop. Battle for world glory.
Everyone likes football, or if you're American, soccer.
Tsubasa game is kicking its way onto Nintendo Switch.
The only problem with having a Captain Tsubasa game is we've just had the Inazuma 11 game come out that apparently is quite good. So I don't know if this is going to be a bit overshadowed.
The original work, as well as newly added special moves that give passes, blocks, dribbles, and tackles a boost.
My favorite part of football is when you get in your golden truck stand and drive it across the pitch.
Gear up for sensational football action. When Captain
Anime
Tsubasa
FIFA.
2 World Fighters launches on Nintendo Switch.
Inazuma looking weird
this year.
today. 0-3 for games so far? I mean, we've had
Next up,
two...
are games
Oh,
headed to
just a bunch of
Nintendo
anime
Switch 2,
games, really. Just
some games
a
that
whole
will
bunch of
also
anime
be
games.
available on Nintendo Switch.
It's kind of sad this comes now. Yeah, a little bit.
Death fight for survival
Right.
begins.
This looks like it's potentially not anime,
It was
guys.
a normal day until a cave-in befell the city of Tokyo. As the dust settles,
The
our
new Inazuma game has
protagonist
Yudi's voice actor in it.
discovers an underground world
Hey, that's cool.
deep below the metropolis. But she's not alone. Creatures called Xeno
It's a
populate the
dinosaur.
unknown expanse. If you're found by a Xeno, it's game over.
I was going to say it looks like a raptor, but he is huge.
Fighting is not an option. So quick thinking and
Is this a new
decision-making
SMT
are
game?
vital to
No,
your
this looks
survival.
nothing like an SMT
Analyze
game.
their patterns. And
Dino
find the
Crisis
best
at home? I mean,
route to make
kinda.
your escape.
But the raptors are on steroids.
Activate traps in each area to lure and ensnare any stalking Xeno.
I don't know why, but that tickled me.
And by using GameShare, up to 4 players can share controls, including Anne's movement
Horror
and
survival?
camera adjustments.
The thing is, when it's horror survival, but
Whether
there's like
locally
traps
or online,
that you use to fight back,
coordinating with your
and
friends is key
the
to
enemies
making
aren't
it out
really
alive.
scary because they're just like a dinosaur. It doesn't really have the same kind of horror vibe.
Survive the subterranean depths in Tokyo Scramble.
Tokyo
Launching
Scramble.
exclusively on Nintendo Switch 2.
You hear that audio
February
jingle
11th.
as they
Pre-orders
presented
begin
it.
later today on Nintendo eShop.
I don't like horror games where you can fight back. Yeah, if I'm playing it, I don't mind, like, Resident Evil is fine because it's like, it's horror aesthetic, not so much a horror game.
Build and conquer in this massive
Valheim! I love this game, by the way. Valheim is such a good game. If you've got, like, a group of people to play with, this game is so much fun.
You could start by gathering materials around the woods.
Raptors were tiny, they were the size of, what's the thing called eaten by
Wildlife and prepare
eaten
meals.
at Thanksgiving?
With an axe, you can chop trees
I've never
to
heard
build
of
a
this game in my
house.
life. So this is a PC exclusive
Don't
game
get
up until
by
this
falling
point.
trees.
This is a survival game. It's really good. This is like probably the best survival game that exists.
Install beams.
Like crafting
Construct
survival.
walls. Make the roof. And even
It's got a really good
add
progression
fireplace.
path. There's some really fun
Now
bosses.
You're safe, even from the cold. Wait, is this ventilated? Don't forget the chimney too.
Sandbox survival, yeah. This is like the sandbox survival game. This is like the good one.
And once you've built a ship, set sail on the high seas to reach new lands.
It's got like proper, like some really good RPG mechanics, some really good like character development, as in like, you know, you get different gear, which then increases your power. As you beat more bosses, you unlock more things to do. It's just a really solid game.
Now, go forth and survive in Valheim, launching on Nintendo Switch 2 this year.
There's a lot of bosses too. Yeah. The bosses are what makes it.
Forward in
It
this
has,
game.
if anyone's ever played Terraria, it's like Terraria in that
Return to the kingdom
you
of
gear
Hollow
up
Nest and
as much
fight
as you
back
can,
the
and then you beat a
infection
boss,
in
and then that
this
unlocks
modern
more stuff to go and do. There's now more things to do in the world. There's now like an extra tier of gear you can get, and you just keep going that same gameplay loop until you beat all the bosses. Where the farming game's at, we've run out. We've had so many farming games.
To enhance your abilities.
Terraria bosses are amazing. Yeah, I love Terraria so much. Terraria is such a good game as well.
Exploring the vast interconnected map. Descend into a world of insects and heroes when Hollow Knight, Nintendo Switch 2 edition, launches on Nintendo Switch
I mean,
2.
I like Hollow Knight, but this to me this is just more Hollow
Nintendo
Knight.
Switch 2
So I'm like,
players who have Hollow Knight on
I've
Nintendo
I've
Switch
played
can
Hollow
upgrade
Knight.
to
I don't
the
know.
Nintendo Switch 2 edition for free with the
I'm not gonna play it on Switch.
eFootball, reborn from Pro
This is the
Evolution
game, guys. They did the
on
Master
Nintendo
Duel
Switch
and
2.
the Duel Links collab. This is the game.
Sign legendary players and compete in tournaments around the globe.
Can they
in
do the
World
golden
Tour
truck
mode.
thing that they could in
Join an exciting
the other football
competition
game?
Where national teams face off every 4 years
Do you
in
like your sport
international
games?
cup tournaments.
Not especially.
Or play with friends
I
locally
used to
or
play
online to
a lot of
prove
FIFA
who's
back in
at
the day,
top of their
but that's
game.
before it became a gacha game.
Experience the excitement of football and aim to be the
Inazuma
best in the
looking weird
world
again.
when eFootball Kickoff launches on Nintendo Switch 2 this summer.
Hey,
Through 4
Corey.
ages in a brand new HD 2D action RPG. Explore the age of safekeeping, the hero Elliot's own time. The age of reconstruction, when humans nearly went extinct. The age of magic. a
Hell yeah,
time
ball
when
game.
spells
We love
flourished.
ball
And
game.
the age of budding, the birth of human civilization. In each age, the scenery and citizens of Elliot's hometown will change. You can also obtain some weapons and magic
Orochi.
unique to certain time periods. A story spanning time will soon begin. The Adventures of Elliot, the Millennium
June
Tales,
18th.
launches on Nintendo Switch 2, June 18th.
PogChamp. Bomberman!
With Super Bomberman games from the Super NES era.
I mean, this is cool because I have a lot of nostalgia for these games, but I think I'd rather have a new Bomberman game than just play the old ones again.
Super Bomberman 5, including titles previously unreleased.
I also really like the Bomberman RPGs.
The Famicom
And doesn't look like they're in
versions
there.
of Bomberman and Bomberman 2 are also included.
Octopath 7
Plus,
Pog.
there's a brand
F
new
June,
boss
so long but
rush
hype.
mode,
Well, it gives you plenty of time to play through Dragon
as
Quest.
well as game share support. Super Bomberman Collection launches on Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch later today.
It's out today. That's neat.
The unknown journey.
Whoa, Final Fantasy 7. Whoa. I mean, unironically, I do really like this game, but I don't care about it coming to Switch.
Nintendo Switch 2.
He's alive.
In pursuit of his arch
Another
nemesis,
FF7
Sephiroth,
game.
Cloud
I mean, it's just the same
Strider and
one,
his
right?
comrades
There was
escape the
FF7,
city of Midgar.
then there was all the other games we don't care about, and then there was Remake and then Rebirth, and they're just re-releasing them on different platforms.
Traverse the planet on chocobos, wheelies. In a buggy,
That was quick. And it's not too surprising, right? They probably want to get ready for the third part that's going to be coming out probably this year or next year.
blending action and strategy.
This game is really fun as well, by the way. I really like it.
Story. There's also a boost function to
Did it have a
make combat
segue? Yes,
easier.
it does have a segue. When you go to the
Also
island resort
provide
town.
Various activities scattered across the world, allowing you to take a break from the action.
Also has a card game. The card game is really fun as well.
Allies, their affinity toward you will grow
The original? No, the original does not have a
as the
segue.
story unfolds. What
It won't be this year 'cause it's not even announced yet.
This crew
It depends
with
though,
their
because they
pursuit
could
of Sephiroth,
announce it and then like shadow drop it
Final
like a
Fantasy
month
VII
later.
Rebirth
Like they could just do that.
launches on Nintendo Switch 2, June 3rd. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop.
June again, guys. June again. Didn't show Chocobo Racing the Uma of FF. Trying to remember if there was Chocobo Racing in it. You rode around on Chocobos. Did they actually have?
Lunar Research Station, an
No, they must have done.
injured
It's been so long since I played it.
Williams.
Death Stranding? No, this looks a little bit Death Stranding-y, but this is a completely different game. This is a weird game where you have to hack while you're in combat. It's a weird style of game.
Classified as unauthorized intruders, the two are targeted by the station AI.
I think there is. You
which
could breed
send
Chocobos
enemy
too.
bots after them.
I know you could do that in the original. I just don't remember if you do it in Rebirth or not.
These
Like I say, it's been. I played it basically when it came out. I haven't played it since.
But with Diana's hacking skills,
There we go, here's the
you can
hacking.
break down their defenses
What the heck was
So you have to hack
by
like, on the side of your screen in real time while you're fighting the
You
mobs.
can hack the enemy bots.
There's no time to explain. Shoot now.
Once their weak points are exposed, fire away.
I hacked it.
Depending on the nodes you pass
Wasn't this game
through,
hella delayed? I
you
mean,
can
probably.
modify the damage and effects of a hack.
Being able to hack without a computer? She is a computer.
A split-second decision can change the outcome of battle.
Energy levels.
What truths will the two find in this AI-controlled lunar station?
So it's not one of your bot buddies?
Overdrive protocol. Initiate.
Yeah, baby. We did it! This is how we say, good job.
And what will Diana learn on this journey?
What is this human?
Pragmata launches
I
on
do not
Nintendo
understand.
Switch 2, April 24th. A demo will be available later today on Nintendo eShop.
You could demo it, Baz. You could play it.
We hope you're looking forward to fast-paced combat and
Everything is
exploration
AI. Everything's
with a
always been
unique
AI. It's
combination
just
of
been bad
hacking
AI until now.
and shooting. Let's continue with more.
They're setting all the
headlines.
flags for the ending. Yeah, we know that's not having a happy ending.
Journey
We
to
we
the
already know
Lost
that.
Lands.
We need to get rid of it before she steals our jobs.
Become a legendary Turok warrior in this intergalactic action shooter.
You guys miss Turok?
To stop
guys want
an
more
alien
Turok?
threat from destroying all human life, you'll journey solo or with a team of warriors online and battle all sorts of primal creatures in ferocious combat. Swap between first-person and third-person perspectives as you unleash
Unironically,
weapons,
this would
melee
probably be
attacks,
really
and
fun if
special
you've got like a
abilities
couple of friends to play it with.
devastate foes.
Like, this is like, get a beer, order some pizza, get everyone in a room, blast some Turok. Like, that seems like a good evening.
Called echo sinks to gain a greater edge in combat.
I played that like 20 years ago on PSP. I mean, it was okay on PSP. I never actually played it on PSP, but
Breathtaking worlds, you'll unravel the mysteries that ultimately hold the key to
this is a game that I think I would get really bored of this if I played this on my own. Like, if I'm just like, I buy it for myself, I'm playing it on the Switch, and I'm just like trying to play through it like a normal RPG or just like regular ass action game, I think I would just get bored of it.
The truth of Xanadu.
But if I had a group of friends, I think it'd be really fun.
In a Japan where Kyoto is the capital, another world exists.
Yo, is that
that's
Persona?
encroaching on our own. A world where monsters roam free. A boy
Whoa.
named Ray must use his newly awakened powers against the threat as he joins Hirasaka Academy, a school for gifted students. The Academy's goal? Conquer Xanadu, the great labyrinth.
I wanna see what the gameplay's
blueprint
like.
The origin of this other world. While traversing the labyrinth, hone your abilities and reshape the terrain
Okay.
to expand the range
I don't
of your exploration.
hate
Then take on
the like
dangerous enemies in
side-scrolling,
3D action
like Metroidvania
RPG
style.
combat. Use your
But it
powers
depends.
to
Wait, and then it
overcome
turned what?
outside the labyrinth.
I'm intrigued.
Improve your stats.
Is this gacha or not? Or is it just card-based like UI?
Conquer Xanadu. The battle between man and
Right, this has intrigued me.
discover the truth when Kyoto Xanadu launches on Nintendo
It's
Switch
weird,
2 and
but it's
Nintendo
not an
Switch
immediate
this
turnoff.
summer.
It is not an immediate turnoff.
Check
It's
out these
Castlevania.
anime
The
style
issue is
games.
Castlevania is really good because of its level
It's
design.
time to evolve in the
Yo,
latest
is that Digimon story time, stranger?
One
I
day,
played that game,
a
guys.
powerful
I played
blast
that.
Causes the world to collapse and sends you 8 years into the past. With over 400
Almost finished it.
Digimon
We'll be
to
finishing
collect
it next week, guys. We're gonna
through the
finish this
human
game
world
next week.
and digital world to save the future.
Metroid side-scrolling and then 3D for
And on
bosses.
Nintendo
The thing
Switch
is,
2,
if it doesn't
you
have
select
the
quality
Metroid or
mode,
Castlevania level design,
4K
it's gonna be bad
per
Metroid.
second,
And if it doesn't have like
performance
Dark
mode,
Souls level
playing in
combat
full
of like
HD at
the
60
feel
frames
and
per
like
second.
the like
Digimon
quality of the
Story
combat,
Time
then it's gonna be
Stranger
bad
launches
Dark
on
Souls.
Nintendo
So like it
Switch
has a lot of
and
potential to just be
Nintendo
bad.
Switch, July 10th.
What's funny with powers they awaken perfectly suit the need to have in the world. Just want someone to awaken powers
An adventure set high
that his
in the
aren't going to
sky
help.
is soaring in.
Grand Blue Fantasy
One
Relink.
party from a roster of over 20 characters, each with their own
Baz,
fighting
you've
style.
got to like Grand Blue Fantasy, right? You've got to be a Grand Blue fan, surely.
Channel the power of teamwork and summon
They finally finished
mighty
making it.
primal beasts to
Finish it on
vanquish
Switch.
your enemies.
What the hell, new
You
DLC
can
for
also
Relink?
team up in local
I
or
just played
online
this.
multiplayer.
Nice. I thought this would be a Bash style game. I was confused because I thought this game was just done.
Fantasy Relink Endless Ragnarok.
Endless Ragnarok.
launches on Nintendo Switch 2, July 9th.
July 9th. Mark it in your calendars.
The
Okay,
latest
Monster Hunter Stories.
Stories
I haven't
game
played
is
any of the
flying
Stories games, but I've heard they're good.
Your
One of my
monster
closest
outfit
friends
called
is
monsters.
really into the
Learn
Monster Hunter
special
Stories games, and he
abilities
keeps trying to get me to play them.
called the Rite of
So I will
Champions.
probably end up playing this at some point.
Raise your monsties as you travel the world. The lands lie on the brink of disaster.
I only played Mon Hun Stories 2. It's good.
Extinction.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I've heard that it's good.
Save the world.
But I've got so many like JRPGs I want to get through. Like the next thing I want to play through is Dragon Quest.
Monster Hunter Stories 3 Twisted Reflection soars onto Nintendo Switch 2, March 13th.
Saying they look fun. I only played the
Demo
3DS
will be
demo.
available later today on Nintendo eShop. Save data can be transferred to the full game.
I mean, I could play this demo.
New titles are joining the
Thought Zandy sounded
archives.
familiar. It's actually quite similar to Digimon. You will like it probably. Nice. I mean, like I say, we're almost done with Digimon. I'm really excited to be done with Digimon. Like, not because I want Digimon to like end, but because it would be nice to... You get like this really nice sense of
Aim for first place.
having accomplished something when you finish a game. Especially when it's like a big ass like 50 to
Get
70 hour
ready
game.
for a new line of home console titles. Console Archives is on the way.
Whoa, console archives.
Sonic Wings Special.
Yo, is that Gradius?
And more will be released over time.
Monster Rancher!
Wave of
Monster
console
Rancher!
archives includes Cool Borders and Ninja Gaiden 2: The Dark Sword of Chaos. These titles will be available on Nintendo Switch 2 later today.
Holy shit, Doraemon. Here we have the scissor reel. Scott Pilgrim is fine. I have no real desire to play a Scott Pilgrim game. Another Eden Begins. This looks... I'm not really a big fan of the art style, but I like a JRPG, so... Reanimal. Reanimal I think looks cool. WWE 2K26. Why did the West pronounce Doraemon like that? Doraemon. Star Trek Voyager Across the Unknown? This looks like a mobile game. Disney Dreamlight Valley. Whoa. I could hang out with Mike Wazowski. PGA Tour 2K25. Don't expect much, but I got Adventures of Elliot Date and new info, plus 2 to 3 decent looking games, so better than expected. I like board games. Goat Simulator 3. Goat Simulator is one of those games that I just can't bring myself to care. Shadow Tactics, Blades of Shogun. Tales of Arise, Beyond the Dawn. I've never played a Tales of game that I genuinely really enjoyed. They're always, like, fine. Like, the stories are never great. The gameplay's never great. There we go, Resident Evil. If you want to play Resident Evil, the worst possible version of it, that will look the worst, get it on Switch.
FBI analyst Grace Ashcroft is captured by the suspect.
I couldn't imagine playing a game like this on the Switch. Like, outside of I really want to play it on the go, I'm like... I'm not sure if you know, but fun fact, they skipped Goat Simulator 2. That's crazy.
To escape, Grace comes up against
Requiem honestly
unknown
looks extremely
threats.
nice after seeing the new stuff. I mean, yeah, the game's going to be a fun game, but this will be the worst version of it, right? Just fundamentally. It will run the worst, it will look the worst. I suppose unless your PC is like garbage, or if you haven't got a home console.
For Grace,
Apparently the port is really good. Yeah, but a really good port doesn't mean it will be the best version of the game. It just means it's not as shit as everyone was expecting it to be. Zombies with jobs? How can it not be scary? Oh dear God.
Leon S. Kennedy.
6 survivors of Raccoon City, all dead from the same thing.
With his physical prowess, Leon can parry an opponent's attack, then strike to break the stunned opponent's stance in close quarters combat.
One thing I have against this game is this looks very action heavy compared to like, because my favorite Resident Evil game is Resident Evil 2, and that game is not very like action heavy. I think playing this, I would probably prefer playing like her version of it than Leon's version of it.
There are multiple difficulty options available.
What am I seeing right now? Hello, Lost Memory. We're watching Resident Evil 8. Or 9. This is 9. Resident Evil 9.
Guide Grace as she attempts to escape
My favorite is Resident Evil 7. The atmosphere is great. Resident Evil 7, I love the gameplay of Resident Evil 7. But it's really, like, it's almost too creepy. I don't like the whole, like, hillbilly,
Resident Evil Requiem launches on
what's the word, cannibal kind of feel it has to it. It's just, it's really creepy. And like, I find it like unsettling rather than like fun or cool. I'm like, ugh. Which, if that's what they're going for, excellent. It worked.
Will also be available the same day. Horror-filled excitement.
I'm pretty sure at this point Leon could jump off a building and right before hitting the ground parry gravity to survive the fall. Probably. At this point, yeah. 50-50 in the story, Leon is action combat, yeah, and her to survive the horror. But I think Leon's bits look too actiony, right? That's kind of my criticism. I think Leon looks like he's an actual superhero in this game, where he's good and he's strong in Resident Evil 4, but he's not like, I can take on 300 zombies all at once and just hack and slash my way through them and roundhouse kick them into 100 other zombies. Like, when you have that one bit where you have to, like, board up the windows and the zombies are breaking in, like, it's tense because Leon is just a dude, right?
Next is our last announcement.
Leon versus Chris Redfield, who will win? Well, Chris Redfield can punch a boulder and just, like, shatter it, so probably Chris Redfield.
Nintendo has meant so much to you from your early
What you doing here, Todd?
To now. It was incredible for us to partner.
We're doing Fallout 76 on Switch.
And it was just such a great piece of hardware and also so personal when you play. We're excited to
if it's on who is hotter, Leon wins. Well, Leon has a bit of style going on. Chris Redfield looks like generic white man.
Vault Dwellers?
Oh, Fallout 4. Okay.
Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition.
It would have been so funny if they put Fallout 76 on here.
Scavenge,
boulder punching bastard.
And create alliances as you reshape the wasteland.
This game's cool. I like the Fallout series. This isn't my favorite Fallout game, but this game is good. I enjoyed this game. I played through this game like 6 times. Like, I like this game. F, this is the last announcement? Oh, is this actually the last announcement? Why would you end on this? Is it just because, like, the Amazon show just finished?
To the shadowy corners of forgotten vaults.
Todd, tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. No way this is the final game. I mean, I hope it's not, but there's only a minute and a half left of the presentation.
50 Creation Club items to expand your adventure. Grab your Pip-Boy and traverse the wasteland in Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition, launching on Nintendo Switch 2, February 24th. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo.
But where's Xenoblade?
The year is 1937.
We're ending on Indiana Jones?
Are on the hunt for an ancient power, and only one person
Nah, we're not ending on Indiana Jones either. This is bait. We're gonna keep going. There's gonna be more after this.
Jones and the Great Circle, set between the events of Raiders of the Lost Ark and the Last Crusade. Indy will journey around the world to uncover the mystery behind the
They're gonna announce High Guard next.
From the pyramids of Giza to the sunken temples of Sukhothai and beyond. Use your wits to infiltrate historic areas and solve fiendish puzzles. Or use your whip to face off against dangerous foes and explore a world full of daring escapes.
I mean, this game looks fine, but I just don't care. I'm sorry. I don't care to play an Indiana Jones game.
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle
Ending on the new
launches
Suika
on
game?
Nintendo
Imagine.
Switch 2, May
Xenoblade is
12th.
technically like
Pre-orders
Nintendo, so it
begin
won't,
later
might not be
today
shown.
on Nintendo
Why is the
eShop.
stream calling me disabled? Don't worry about that.
Explore the vast landscape of Syria.
You just need to accept
in the
it.
Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion
Okay.
Remastered.
Okay.
Experience this renowned open
It's
world
neat. This is coming to
RPG,
Switch.
Now on a Nintendo console for the
Da
first time.
da 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 da
Freely
da da
customize your
da da
character to
da.
match your playstyle. Then adventure amongst an unforgettable cast of characters.
Listen, I'll always have a soft spot for Fallout and Elder Scrolls. Okay, I will always have a soft spot.
The Daedra to close shut the jaws of Oblivion. Master ranged or melee weapons. Wield powerful magic or use stealth skills to best your foes. In this remastered version, character models, weapons,
Unfortunately, we
even
might get hit
mobs
with
and
ads in a
sweet
sec,
rolls
and I can't do
have
anything
all
about
been
it.
meticulously
So
recreated.
you're just gonna have
Combat
to be ready
animations
for
have
that.
also been updated to give them a modernized touch. Plus, the Shivering Isles and Knights of the Nine expansions are included alongside the main story to take your adventure even further. Step through the gates once more when The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered launches on Nintendo Switch 2 this year. We hope you're excited for these games from Bethesda Softworks. That's
And
all
y-
for today's Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase. Thank you for watching.
It really ended on a Bethesda showcase. And the final game they showed off was really Elder Scrolls 4. I don't know, man. So many games they showed off there were games that we already knew were coming out as well. Or they're just like porting games to Switch. I don't know. Hello, Hunter. Welcome, welcome. Relic is the only good news for me. Nintendo Direct, that is still happening since we got Pokemon Direct. I mean, Pokemon, this is like the third party one, rather than like the first party one. No Xenosaga, I'm now disappointed. Sag. They really ended in Skyrim 0. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, it happened, I guess. Alright, now we're gonna go back to this puzzle. I want to finish this puzzle off. And once we get this puzzle done, we're gonna do the tier list. That's the plan. That is the plan. I'm gonna spend maybe another 20 minutes on this puzzle. If we can't get it done, we'll just skip it. We'll come back to it another day. I think we always do this. We always add a bunch of cards back. We want to get the double attack with that. Which means I probably want to just summon you out. Oh, maybe we're supposed to try and... Well, because you're always going to be 4. So we just summon you out. Activate your effect. I don't think that matters. I have to tribute this out. Maybe I don't have to do that yet. Maybe I do you first then. We'll summon this out. Activate his effect. Don't need this. Change this to defense. Then... summon this. Activate your effect. Level 8 or higher machine. Oh, can I get a level 8 or higher machine, or can I not? Don't think I can. Okay, so that doesn't matter. Do we have another way to change a battle position? Xenoblade and Xenosaga are owned by 2 different companies, but Monolith Soft developed both games. I see. Are they connected? Because I haven't really played any of them. Oh, you're a machine. Is there a way to get you back from the graveyard? No, no, no. I don't think there's a way to get him out of the bin, is there? With any of these cards. There's no way to, like, shuffle him back in or anything. Oh, I could use Type Change Beam to change something into a machine. Which, because I'd have to do it before I summon Basilisk. Alright, let's go with what we've got currently. We'll tribute both of these to summon this. We'll summon this out. Activate the effect, get some mills. I can't use this now. Oh, because we haven't changed him yet. Okay, we'll activate Burst. Reduce. Activate Equip. Then we'll use this. I think at this point this doesn't matter, but I'll set this anyway. We'll use this, this, this. Summon this. We can activate this. Send this to summon this. Activate your effect. Make this. Then none of that is going to matter too much here, I shouldn't imagine. So it comes down to, do I want to give piercing to that or that? I'll just take pierce, I guess. I don't know. Alright, I don't know how close we are with this. Oh, why can't we use it on him? I guess it makes no difference. Oh, because he's already got piercing. Right, okay, so we give piercing to that. Then we go to battle. But now he can't attack. Why can't he attack? What have we done to lock him out of attacking? Make up to 2 attacks. So that hasn't locked him. What locked us? We've locked ourselves with something. Oh, it's this guy. You can only attack with Galaxy. So I'd have to use that to change him into Galaxy. Would that be enough just to kill? Alright, let's try this again. Alright, I think we've worked it out. We add these two. We will normal summon Raptor, activate Raptor. Tribute 2 to summon out this. Activate your effect. Send this. Flip this down. Or change this to defense. Normal. Activate the effect. Put that down. Tribute 2 to summon this. Oh, don't use your effect yet. Normal. Activate. Oh wait, there was no reason to... No, I think this isn't correct. I think I've kind of seen a red herring. But it's fine. We'll keep seeing how far this goes. We'll go 1, 2, 3... How have I ended up with less cards than I had before? Oh, no, I haven't. Okay, this is fine. So we get rid of this. We summon this. Activate this. Yeah, these guys could both be Galaxy now. We activate your effect. We send this. We grab this. Activate this. You go to battle. Why didn't you take damage from that? No, because you don't have piercing. Why did I think you had piercing? Am I just a dumb? Alright, how much damage would this have been? That would have been an extra 1,000. That's still not lethal damage, though. Even if we did it correctly, I don't think that was lethal. Alright, let's try this one more time. Let's do the exact same thing again, because I want to see how much damage it was. So we're going to grab these. Then... normal. Activate the effect. We burn. Attribute these to summon this. Activate the effect. Get rid of the trap. Change this. Normal. Activate the effect. Attribute 2 to summon this. Normal. Because you're not a galaxy monster yet, so we have to use this. Then we have to use this. Then we have to use this. Then we have to use this. Don't need you. One, two, three. Summon this out. Activate your effect. Bring this out. Activate this. Send this to summon this. Activate this. Galaxy. Activate your effect. Send this. Grab back Pierce. Then we can activate this on you. Alright, how much damage is this? Okay, so we were 300 off doing it this way. Was there any way to scrape another 300 damage somewhere? Is the question. But Square no longer works on games. Like the reason Monolith Soft exists is because Square left. Rest in peace, Square. We were close. I don't know if there was an easy way to find another 300 damage, though. I could forego the double attack and get a pop on one of the monsters. But this is only 2 attacks on monsters. Oh, so we just popped 1? Okay, maybe that is the way then. But then the only issue with that is we lose our... I then can't go into the fusion if I do it that way, so that doesn't work. What are we missing? What are we missing? Oh! Okay, if I do this. Grab both of these back. Alright, we have to do this in a very specific way then. So if I... Am I going to have enough cards to do what I want to do here? We'll see. Right, we'll go Joint Tech Raptor here. Then... I'm going to normal summon Police Scoop. Tribute 2 to summon this. Activate his effect. Oh no, this still doesn't work. Okay, no, that doesn't work. What is... How on earth do we finish this? I need to find 300 damage. Is it go all the way back to the drawing board, is the question. If I get a pop on one of the monsters... Right, either way I think it's always this. We'll add both of these back, that's fine. Then... we normal... Tribute 2 to summon this. Activate the effect, get rid of the trap, hit this. Then... I need to change that. So the best way to go about that is going to be... Summon this. Oh, has this actually messed this up? Because it's now going to send... Oh no, it's still fine. Attribute these to summon out this. We normal summon this. Activate the effect. We activate your effect on you. Use this onto you. Then I can do this. I'm going to send this, but I don't think it's correct. I'm just going to see where this goes. Yeah, there's no way to make that work, because as soon as we fuse, we can't do that play. I'm so close! We are so close to having this done, but I just can't quite work it out. See ya, Victor. How do we want to do this? 300 short. There's no way to reuse anything. Don't think there's any way to make use of you. There's no way we can get you back from the graveyard. So we always do this. We add both of these back. Getting any more additional mills doesn't change anything. Summoning that doesn't change anything. Summoning that doesn't change anything. We have to use that to climb into that. I really have no idea how to get the extra 300 damage. There's no difference between taking Pierce or straight Pierce, I don't think. It just costs an extra card, so I think it's just bait. Is there any other way to go into the fusion? I don't think there is. $600, which means I have to have a 15. Which is just not doable. I don't think. Unless I change something? That doesn't seem like a good idea though, because then I couldn't attack. Can't attack directly with that. Has to be 900 attack on 3 different guys. There's no way to... Oh. I don't think that changes the math is the issue. Alright, let's go Armaments of Ascension. We'll summon out Raptor. Activate Raptor. I'll change this to defense. Then we'll normal summon. Tribute 2 to summon this. Activate your effect. Send the trap. Change this to defense. Then I can summon this out. Activate its effect. Then we tribute, summon this, activate your effect. Activate your effect. Then use this. Get this. Activate your effect, go into this. Moves type change beam. Reveal this. Activate your effect. Get rid of this. Add back Pierce. Go to battle. Again, I don't think this has actually changed anything. Yeah, we're still 300 off. Oh! Hello, Cyclone. Welcome on in. I really want to get this done, but I don't really know what I'm supposed to do with it. Unless we use that on something else, but then we can't do the fusion play. Is there any other way I can get to this fusion without using the equip spell? Because that theoretically solves all of my problems. I use the equip spell, get up to a 9, use that to pop one. But then I can't get the fusion bodies on the board. How on earth? I'd have to get that, and that out. Which is impossible. Alright, let's try this. We do 1, 2. Grab both of these. So this new way, I don't need this. So if we just don't care about him. Normal summon this. Then tribute 2 to summon this. Activate the effect. Discard this, change this. I need that. Plus, I need... Christ, how on earth am I going to do this? I don't need you anymore. I also don't think you matter, so I'm going to summon you out. Activate your effect. Then I'm going to just tribute both to summon this. No, I have to use you. Okay, I need to keep you as well. Oh, this is tricky. So I need to have another body that I just don't have anymore. And to get this out, I need to keep this on the board. But then you'll be stuck on the board after that is the issue. Maybe it doesn't matter. No, it does. It totally matters. So I need both of those out at the same time then. Or do I? I can normal this. Then tribute both of these to summon this. Activate your effect. Reduce you. Then activate Sacrificial Summon to bring this out. Activate this on you. Oh, but then you're going to be stuck on the field. That's where this gets tricky. So I can now activate your effect to get rid of you. Oh! Fusion! Fusion! Ah, I see where I went wrong. So the only way I could get a machine... Well, then I'll never have a machine type fusion, so that's not the answer. That's just change something to defense. I can get all 3 into defense. That's easy peasy. But so the plan was... Do this... Oh, wait. That might still be enough. Right. One more time. I think this is going to be my last attempt at this. Right, we'll grab these. Okay. We'll summon this. Oh, I didn't mean to summon that one. I meant to summon this one. Alright, we'll summon this. Tribute 2 to summon this. We will activate the effect. Send this, change this to defense. Then... I kind of need to use that though, because I need to get those out at the same time. But once that's on the field... Because fundamentally I need to clear the whole board. Right, let's try this. We'll go Joint It Raptor here. Tribute 2 to summon this. Oh no, we've already messed it up because we needed to keep that one. I'm trying to do both different lines at the same time is the issue. Alright, we'll use this, get this, and this. That's fine. I need to keep one of these, so I need another different normal summon. So we'll summon this out. We will then tribute both of this, activate the effect, send that, change that to defense. Then we normal summon, activate the effect, we'll change that to defense. Then we contribute this out. The issue is we've never used you. I don't remember the time when I was supposed to use you. Maybe there's just not a good time to use you. So I have to use you early. Okay. Alright, last time. We got this, I believe. Activate. Grab both of these. No, the issue is I'm getting confused because I'm trying to do the different lines in my head. I need to keep this. If I'm keeping that, that means I need to use you. It means you're not important, so I can just get rid of you. So I'm going to summon this. Tribute 2 to summon this. Activate the effect. Get rid of the trap. Change this. Then you activate your effect. Flip you down. That, I think, is as deep as it goes. When do I use you? Do I just never use you? Or was I supposed to use you right at the start? So I need you for that. Okay, I think we just tribute both of these, summon this. Summon this. Activate your effect. Target you. We use this. Send this to summon this. Then we activate type change, reveal galaxy. Go 1, 2, 3. Although that, I don't think that even matters. Go 1, 2, 3. Summon this out. Activate its effect. Summon this out. Activate this, target you. Activate your effect. Grab back this. Activate you, target you. Alright. So we swing into this. We swing into this. We swing into this. And we're still... because we didn't use the raptor. Okay, so we have lethal. We'll show it off because we could... Because we just basically pressed the button wrong. But we have lethal. We can get this. So we do this and this. Then... Summon this. Activate the effect. Then we tribute 2 to summon this. Activate Template Saurus. Discard the trap. Change this. Then... Normal summon Basilisk, activate Basilisk, change this to defense. Then we tribute 2 to summon this. Normal summon, activate the effect, reduce your attack. Activate, send this to summon this. We'll go type change beam. Go 1, 2, 3, because why not? Then we'll use this. We'll send this. We go 1, 2, 3. Bring this out. Activate your effect. No, I don't even need the piercing off you, so we'll just activate you, I guess, because we can. Oh no, I guess we do need this still. We go armaments. Straight to battle. Swing over that. Swing over that. Swing over that. And we finally did it. We did it! We succeeded! We somehow managed it. Alright. I'm happy we got that done. I'm not happy how long it took us. That was what? That was about 45 minutes total, I think. But with that said, I'm not sure if we want to spend a ton of time on this. I think we're probably going to have a kind of a shorter stream. But I want to ask you guys, what do you think are the best decks right now in Duel Links? Like, specifically for Rush, right? So this is like the tournament results. We'll go ahead and make that a bit smaller. But like right now, we're seeing Music Princess, High Tech, Aqua. Some of the decks seem to have like fallen off. A Big Brain Tomato, only half an hour. I mean, we did spend a little bit of time looking at it before the Nintendo stream as well. So there is that. For me, I think some of the decks are kind of getting the short end of the stick. I think obviously Aqua is a really good deck. I think Gradius is a good deck. I don't know if I'd put it in tier 1. But I think it's definitely up here. Music Princess is obviously definitely a tier 1 deck. And then you start getting to the weird ones. I still think Hero is a tier 1 deck, even though it hasn't been performing recently. And this is probably still tier 3. I'm just going to kind of shotgun through this. Music, Aqua, and Hero are still the best decks. Problem is with the cards and people getting bored, they're trying out the new decks. The lack of cards. Okay, yes. I think that is fair. I think a lot of people have been trying out the new stuff as well, though. I think Vocalized Phoenix, for me, is going to be a tier 3. It's a weird one, though. I still don't know if I think this is a tier 1 deck. I think it has potential, right? Because we haven't really seen any in the last 3 tournaments. But if we go to prior to these 3 tournaments, we look at tournaments since it came out. D-Link Gradius was the 3rd best performing deck, right next to Elemental Hero. So I think it's probably still a tier 1 deck. It just hasn't been seeing a lot of play recently. So I would still have these 4 up there, personally. And then it comes down to, like, where does everything else go? Joint Tech, I think, is still a tier 2. This is in one of these. I'm not sure which one exactly. This is probably just Rogue at this point. There are too many decks that just counter this now for this to be, like, actually competitive. This is the weird one. Where do we put you? My gut is saying, like, tier 2. Like, maybe, like, top of tier 2. It's been performing quite well. Red Eyes isn't a trash tier. Red Eyes has stuff it can do. It can win in a lot of matchups. It's just, it's not overly dominant in any of them. And the only issue this deck has is why would you bother playing this when you could play this instead? Well, not even this one. It's the other one, actually. You should be, like, probably here. When you could play this instead. SRM can still sack some wins. I think tier 3. Tier 3 for SRM? I think maybe High Rogue. I don't think I'd put it higher than High Rogue, personally. My thoughts have been posted already. I mean, where are your thoughts? I mean, I like coming up with my own before I look at everyone else's opinions, but... Here we go. Let's have a look at Volts. I'll bring it up on stream. If you're okay with me putting this on stream, Volt. Because I could just link it in chat and make everyone go read it. Or we could look through it on stream ourselves. Red Eye's issue is I stopped playing it. SRM is off the list. It feels ass. It's time to let the deck go. I mean, I think at the very least it's still a high rogue deck. Like, there's so much variance that decks can still just kind of win out of nowhere. But if Volt is okay with it, we'll look through his writings and see what he thinks about different decks at the moment. I don't really know what I'm doing with a lot of the rest of these, to be perfectly honest. This is probably around here. Anything works, but I imagine it'd be interesting for you to make your list and then read mine. Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's fair. This is like somewhere. I don't... Monarch is a weird one. Because Monarch is a deck that can just brick. But a lot of decks can just brick. I don't think it's a tier 3 deck. That's tricky. Square owned Xenogears, but they did nothing with it. There's not a lot else going on here. This can probably go in Rogue now. Like, these are kind of just Rogue decks. I don't know what to do with you either. I don't know if you're a tier 3 deck. Probably not. Don't really care about a lot of these. Where's you? You need to be in here somewhere. I keep going back and forth on this deck as well. As Monarch's biggest coper, it still has no results, High Rogue. Yeah, but some of these decks have results, and they're in the same tier as it. Vocalized Phoenix is a weird one. I think this is a really difficult meta to call. Because it's like, statistically, Neos hasn't also been performing super well. I kind of want to put Baseball up a tier. Tierfing tier 0 on ladder, anywhere is bad. I think Tierfing is... It's a deck, though, that can just kind of surprise your opponent and come out of nowhere and kill them. And it's really good in some matchups. The issue is, I don't think it's really good into every matchup. Like, sometimes it will just punish your opponent massively. And other times, it just kind of doesn't do anything. I don't necessarily think we have to put any of the rest of this on here. Like, maybe the Chaos Galaxy, but, like, even that feels a little bit cope. Deckmaster Cup being best of 1, surely tier is everywhere. I mean, it could be. It's not what I would play personally, but... I think for me, I would probably have, like, this as my tier 1. Is this my tier 2? I still think Joint Tech's good. Gradius is still good. This keeps getting wins, so it's hard to, like, say it's not good. These three are, like, fine. Do I think this is better than all of these, is the question. Do I think Vocalized Phoenix? How's it performing? I mean, it's up here next to Seven's Road and Gradius, I suppose. We haven't really had many tournaments with it, is the thing. If it wasn't during KC Cup, I was planning to join it just to meme. Yeah, it's it is a big shame. Big shame. A Sidra Rogue, that deck is good, but dies to Aqua Field and music boards hard to out. It's tricky, though, because at what point do you just fill up Rogue with, like, every other deck here because it can win if it is in the right matchup and does okay and it hasn't got any tournament results? So I also don't really see a point in just bloating it for no reason. I think this is probably how I see it. Let me have a look at last format real quick. The D-Link Galaxy as well. I haven't got a separate thing for that, but I think that deck is okay. If I say this is like D-Link Galaxy, it's probably going to go down here. I don't know. I don't know which one I think's better, though, out of D-Link Galaxy and D-Link Blue Eyes. Because they're kind of the same deck. Like, kind of. I think this is sort of how I would have things at the moment. I'd probably move a few things around. Maybe. It's tricky. I really hope the next box is a mini box plus structure plus some bundles, complete changing the meta. I think we are likely to get... Because it'll be what? It'll be March. March? We usually get a structure in March, right? When was the last time we got a structure? So that was May? So I think we're likely to get a May structure deck again. So I don't think we're going to get a structure in March. I think we're probably just going to get... I mean, maybe they could, like, surprise us and do another, like, challenger deck sort of thing. But I doubt it will be, like, a structure. Main box or Riot, please no. May structure deck is for Light Galaxy. That then begs the question of what Light Galaxy cards would you give us in May? Bearing in mind, this is the time where they give us all of the best decks ready for the World Championship qualifier. Because last time we got Eternal Galaxy Roads and Seven's Road Phantasm. It was such a huge power jump that I'm like, what Light Galaxy cards could they give us? They might even start giving us like Transam Rhynac fusions. How about an actual new deck for once? I don't think you understand. We don't do new decks here. Oblivion and Requiem fusion? I don't think Chaos is the direction to take it in unless you're going to give us a really busted Chaos skill. The Goha Festival might have a new character unlock. I mean, potentially. Executey. They could do Executey in the box. I don't think they'll do it in a structure. Give me plants or fish. No, not allowed either. Alright. I think I'm quite reasonably happy with this. I want to look at Volt's list. So I'm going to go ahead and grab Volt's. And we're going to have a little read through it together, guys. Let's see what Volt's saying. So, Deckmaster Cup and Black Skull's Showdown Metagame Yu-Gi-Oh! Rush Duel Links. So, what decks are good? No, I don't want to make it a count. Okay. The Deckmaster Cup was held on the 18th to 24th of January 2026, the Rush Duel format of Duel Links, making the first major Rush Duel event of the year, with the tournament concluding and the new deck box being released. I am now able to discuss the metagame publicly and will give my thoughts on how the format panned out. We'll be doing this in the form of a tier list, accompanied by my analysis and elaboration, starting with a view of the meta generally, then moving on to specific context of the Deckmaster Cup. Another reason I'm uploading this is because at the time of its introduction, trade-in fundamentally changes certain decks and their dynamic in the format, so I want to get this out to compare after the post-trade-in decks evolve. While I wasn't able to participate in the Deckmaster Cup myself, I overslept. I was involved in some theory crafting and casted on There's Me Tomato Sauce stream on the 24th, so I do have my own thoughts on what decks to play and what not, which I shared my teammates for the 18th. So what decks are good? When drafting up plans for the Deckmaster Cup, I naturally had to take a look at the environment first, with the new deck build and other updates. While the decks present didn't change that much, there was a key shift in the overall dynamics of the format due to the new top-tier contender, Dimension Linker, and Power to Weave Hope, to be referred to as PWA, moving forward. Okay. So, this isn't like a traditional, like, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. I don't know how Volt has structured this in, like, are these just named tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, right? Or are these tiers meant to just be what they are, right? So, like, these are the strongest decks in the game. Like, this just kind of reads to me like tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and then, like, high rogue. The one that stands out to me as being a bit... not necessarily, like, overestimated, but, like, it stands out is Black Skull Dragon. Like, that definitely stands out to me. I mean, what's different between this and ours? So, we've got this up a tier. We separated the Dimension Linkers out, whereas Volt just has them as one deck. So you could just ignore these, effectively, for the purposes of comparison. We've got this a lot higher. This is down a tier for Volt. He doesn't have this on here at all, and this isn't on here at all. Because I still think Neos is a good deck. I still think Neos is, like, strong. It's just overshadowed. Which I guess, by definition, means maybe it shouldn't be up here. Maybe I just have, like, a real soft spot for the Neos deck. But I'll go ahead and chuck this in the chat as well, so you guys can see it. Because you guys should check it out. Volt is a very smart man. I don't think we're going to read through the entire thing right now. We just want to kind of compare. I want to see what he's actually saying about this, though. High-Tech Dragon and Baseball are similar. They both aim a combat automatically as the game, although they have some key differences. Baseball excels at playing Shiny Shady, can't with Slime, needs more pieces to perform the Shady immune combo, while High-Tech can assemble its pieces through its skill and has a decent chance of killing on the first turn going second, depending on the build, but has to fight through Shiny Shady and can brick without high levels. I find that neither of these are reliable enough to be proper contenders, with their game plans are strong enough to beat anything if allowed to go off. Tearfing Dark Galaxy aims to target board expansion decks like Pwa and Join Tech, punishing them for field multiple medium-sized bodies with Void Cryosaur alongside Tearfing. Tearfing struggles against most trap cards in the format, although how much that matters depends on the environment. Frankly, this last shot should be a number of other decks. Honorable mentions go to Metarian, but I was expecting more players to use Pwa. As such, evaluate the deck that could theoretically have an advantage into that matchup. Okay. I mean, like we say, the big difference is Volt has this higher, and he has this and this lower. And this, I guess. These are the three outliers. Obviously, the tiers are obviously a little bit different as well, but I think it's a weird one. I actually think one of the reasons that High-Tech has been doing so well is because people have started changing their trap lineups. They started to play less copies of Shady, and that is just allowing this deck to do more. And it's because Shady isn't very good against this. Shady isn't very good against this. But Shady is still really good against these. So it's a tricky one. Definitely a tricky one. I think overall I like this list as we... I mean, obviously we, again, put these back. But overall, I don't hate this. Obviously, ours is a bit more filled out, but it makes sense to be. Alright, I think, though, we are going to call it here for today. So we didn't really have much else to do, and I did kind of want to run through this, because, again, this is a very, very busy week for me. I don't have as much time this week, which is a bit of a shame, but it is kind of what it is. It's not the end of the world. It means that, again, we won't be streaming on Sunday, which is a bit of a shame, because I would like to stream on Sunday, but I can't. But we will be back again on Tuesday. That is going to be the plan. Oh, hello, British Piper. Abyss Kites tier 0. If only Abyss Kites were in Duel Links, because this is a Duel Links tier list. But, as I said, that is going to be the end of the stream. We are, like I say, finishing a bit early, but I have got other bits and bobs to do, and the longer I'm kind of just sat here yapping about this tier list, the less time I'm going to have for that. But like I said, back on Tuesday. Thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll see you next time.